Hi guys, and welcome back here to Drone Emotion, a channel where we do drone videos and where we cover the most recent and most relevant drone news. Today we're back here once again guys with a brand new video with some breaking news for all of you, and that is because some brand new images regarding the Mavic 3 have been leaked. It's been three multiple images that have been leaked, and in today's video we're going to be sharing them with you and talking about what we see and discussing, are these the real deal or are they just another render. In addition to that, we're going to be talking about the latest specs for the Mavic 3. So today's video is going to be packed with some very exciting information you're not going to want to miss out on. But before we get started with today's video, if you're new to the channel, welcome here, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because in this channel we will always be the first one to bring in the most recent and most relevant drone news no matter what. So if you want to keep up to date with any upcoming DJI drones such as the Mavic 3, the Mini 3, or any other product in the near future guys, this is the place to come for all of the updates. And also I want to give a huge thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. We have just reached 7,000 subscribers. I truly appreciate every single one of you guys, so thank you so much. And as you guys know, we're on the road to 10,000, so let's make it happen before the end of this year. We're less than 30,000 subscribers away, so if you're watching today's video, I invite you to go ahead and join the Drone Emotion family. So my friends, with that being said, why don't we just go ahead and dive right into today's video, which is going to be a quite exciting one, and that is because just today we have some brand new images from the Mavic 3. And well, you might remember that at the beginning of this week we had some renders that were drawn by our good friend Drone Modelismo, who had exclusive access to the Mavic 3. Unfortunately, he was not able to share with us all of the real images. He was only able to draw them out such as he saw it. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at those renders and drawings made by Drone Modelismo, and then we're going to be going on and sharing with you the latest images that we just got today guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at those images right here on screen. So there we have them. As you guys can see, we have talked about in our previous videos that what we have right there is a dual setup camera. It looks really interesting. Without a doubt, we can see our sensors, and there we can see the full frame of the drone. Without a doubt, it has a pretty similar appearance to what we're accustomed to seeing with the Mavic line. It's the classic silhouette, so nothing new there. I mean, yes, we do have some brand new designs. Something that I want to talk about is the sensors, because in our last video we said that we did not see any side sensors. As you can see in those images, there are none. And well, we have now received confirmation that the Mavic 3 will no longer have side sensors, but that does not mean you won't get 360-degree optical avoidance. And well, DJI has decided to reduce the number of sensors in order to save weight, and also apparently to save some money and make it a bit cheaper apparently. But we're still going to be getting 360-degree optical avoidance. We're gonna be having forward and then obviously downward, upward, and backward optical avoidance. But something to note is the fact that the sensors in the back are positioned in the corners of the drone, so that means they're gonna be having a super wide field of view. So this means that they're going to be giving you 360-degree optical avoidance, so no need to worry about that. So we're gonna go ahead and keep on talking on the specs in just a second, but let's go now and take a look at the latest images that have been leaked thanks to our good friend Dill's Drone on Twitter. He's been a pretty reliable source here in the past few years, and well, he had a surprise for all of us today, because he just shared with us three different images that look quite promising. So without any much further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at those images guys right here on screen. So there we have them. What do you think? The first thing that we can see right there is that once again dual camera setup. That is a Hasselblad setup of cameras. We have two of course that we can see right there. Now the one on the top is going to be the zoom camera. Now that's going to be having a 7x zoom, and the one in the bottom is going to be it's going to have an aperture of f2 2.8. Apparently it's gonna be having a fixed aperture and it's gonna be having a resolution of 5.7K, and it will have a 24mm lens, and also DJI is going to include a 16 adapter lens for this camera, so that looks really interesting. So the resolution and the specs look quite good. Now, a lot of you, from what I've seen here in the past few days, are a bit disappointed. You were expecting to see that micro four thirds sensor. Okay, in addition to that, you were expecting high resolution, such as could be 6K or 8K. Now guys, stay tuned for our next video, because we're going to be talking about which versions are going to be coming out. Will it only be 1 or 2? That's going to be what we're going to be talking in our next video, and whether or not there will be a pro version of the Mavic 3, which will include a micro four thirds sensors, a better resolution, and a much more professional camera setup. So stay tuned for that video. We have received confirmation of that, so stay tuned for that. Now let's go ahead and keep on taking a look at our second image. So there we have our second image, guys, and as we can see, we are taking once again a look at that camera. Now we see the H, which stands for Hasselblad, and then we see our forward optical avoidance sensors, and then underneath we see that metal plate with those, once again, downward facing sensors, as well as our LED. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our third image. So there we have it. Now this third image looks a bit suspicious to me, and that is because the way that the arms of the drone and the body, they do not look very proportionate to me. I don't know if it's just me, but I think that the legs, they don't look good. I think this might not be the real deal. So I think when compared these images with the ones with the sketches that Drone Modelismo did, well, that we can definitely see some slight differences, but I definitely do believe that what the images that we got today from Dill's drone are not the real deal. I just think that they are one more render that we get, but even though they're not real from what I can see, well, I think this gives us a pretty good idea of the camera setup that we can expect on the Mavic 3. I mean, I think this is going to be extremely close to what we're going to be getting in the final version, guys. So what do you think? Do you think they're real? Do you think they're fake? Well, if you ask me, I don't think they're real, but I think it's a relatively good sketch to give us an idea of what the Mavic 3 is going to be looking like. Well, we have already seen the sketches by Drone Modelismo, and we know it looks really good, and I definitely do believe this is going to be a great drone. So stay tuned for the release coming in our next video. And that's gonna be a wrap to today's video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed. And also, before we go, a lot of people have been asking me, how big is the size sensor in this camera? Well, what we have right there looks to be like a 1-inch sensor camera. It looks like it's going to be the same size sensor that we had on the previous DJI Mavic 2 Pro. So stay tuned for next videos. We're going to be talking about whether or not there will be a Mavic 3 Pro. That's going to be a wrap for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and see you tomorrow with a brand new video. This is Drone Emotion, signing out.